Exciting! You want to move to Mexico. Let's look at things like Social Security, banking, Medicare, visas, all the things that you may need, and I'll answer those questions for you today. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Lori here.
Hey, so you want to move to Mexico? That's the question. And so in this video series here, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about banking. We're going to talk about ATM cards. We're also going to give you some information on visas and the pros and cons on visas. We're going to look at, can you get your Social Security in Mexico or in any other country that you want to live in? Also, is Medicare available here? These are questions that we're going to answer on this video here. So, let's jump right into it here. Now, let's talk about banking first, okay? What do you need for banking? So, Lori, what do they need to set up a bank account?
Well, you need to set up the bank account. You have to have, first of all, you have your passport and your rental agreement and your either permanent visa or temporary visa, and that you can open your bank.
Yeah, so with those documents, they want to make sure that you actually live here. They're not going to let you open up a bank account if you come in on a 180-day visa. In other words, one that you just fly in with. They're not going to do that. They're really, really, really afraid about money laundering down here. They're trying to control the cartel. So, we mentioned a lease agreement or a rental agreement. Well, you can get that from your rental agent, or you can get that from the owner of the property there. So what you do is you go in, you present those documents to them, and then they're going to fill out a form, and then they're going to have you sign. You're going to sign, sign, sign. You probably are going to sign about 15 papers, huh, Lori?
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah. And you know, hey, when I was doing it, I don't sign my name the same every time. And so actually they called me back the next day and they said, hey, you got to come in and re-sign. We can see an inconsistency in your signature. And what it'll be is you sign it just like you have it on your passport.
Yeah, and your name had to spell exactly in your passport. Otherwise, if you signed it different or your name was different, when you want to take the money out, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, be careful. And they'll watch over that. So they'll watch to make sure it's done right.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about ATM cards down here. And that. So we use an ATM card down here. And actually, you really don't need a bank account down here unless you're looking at purchasing property. And even then, you can get away with it by having money wired down to an escrow account if you're purchasing property. But ATMs, yes, we use it all the time. We have a Charles Schwab ATM.
Yeah, we use that all the time. Oh, wow.
Yeah, thank goodness we have that. So what we do is periodically we go down to the ATM machine and we withdraw money. What's nice about our account with Charles Schwab, we don't have to pay any foreign transaction fees or any service charges from the bank, and that saves us a little bit of money.
Yeah, you know, $4 or $5 in each time, that's a lot of money, you know.
Okay, so the ATM, what you'll find is that you'll take out money to deal, you know, on a day-to-day basis for your expenses, like food, like restaurants, and all that. Because remember, you're not going to use U.S. dollars down here. You're going to use Mexican pesos. And so now what we do is we take out enough to pay our rent in pesos on a monthly basis, and also utility bills that we have. And so we go down, we pay with pesos. So ATM is the way to go. Okay, so moving along here, let's talk
What's
about...
next?
What's next? Yeah. That's a good question, Lori. Well, what is next is Social Security. Social Security coming down into
yeah. Coming down to any other country too. So you have that information?
I do.
Okay, let's go for it. What is about?
Let's tell them what was Social Security. Okay, the way Social Security works, you've paid into that, and that is your money. You can use it anywhere in the world. You can have it sent. Okay, now one may say, well, then I need a bank account because I need it sent down here to my Mexican bank account. You don't need that. You have, what we do is we have it deposited in our Charles Schwab account. And that's a checking account we have with Charles Schwab. And then when we're down here, or if we're traveling, then we can go to any ATM machine and withdraw that money. That's another reason we say that you really don't need a bank account here. So just keep it simple. So deposit in your account, whatever country you're living in, or where you have a checking account, have it connected with an ATM card with a bank up north where you have your services, and then use it as you travel through Mexico or any other country. So now,
what's next?
Okay. We got a lot here. So what's next? The next thing is, a lot of people get confused on this. Medicare. So with Medicare, generally, no, you cannot use your Medicare outside of the United States.
Well, just in case, if you have emergency, then can they use it?
If you have an emergency, yes, you can use it. And if a Medicare Advantage program lets you use that. So you have to verify with your Medicare provider if you have that it would cover if you had an emergency. What would happen is you would need to pay the hospital up front for your services or as you leave, and then you would need to get all your receipts. Then you would turn those in to your provider there up north. So check it out with them and double verify, because some people don't have the Medicare Advantage program and they haven't paid for the extra supplement that is required to have that. But generally, overall, you can't use Medicare outside of the United States. Now, just recently, I have talked to somebody here, and they have indicated there is one hospital that has a way of doing that, of collecting your Medicare down here for services rendered. And I don't know about that. I haven't experienced it. It's just somebody had said that they used it. So that's something that possibly is available. But overall, you can't use your Medicare down in Mexico or any other country. You have to show a United States address to Medicare that you are a U.S. citizen living in the United States to collect Medicare.
Oh, yeah. This guy, I think we talk a little bit about that. He have a Medicare, but he have emergency because he fall down and broke his arm. That's why he go to that hospital and he asked, can they accept the Medicare?
Yeah.
And then that hospital say, yes, we accept that. This is emergency. So that case, you have to check with your provider, just like Jerry say.
Yeah, so visas.
Oh, that's the most important stuff.
Yeah, and there.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I'm up. It's my turn. Is visas, and this again, we have reported cost of visas and visas. We do have 2 videos that we talk in depth about visas, a permanent visa and a temporal visa. Here's what happened to us. I'll just give our personal experience. This is what happened to us. This is what we got. And the reason we got it was because we wanted to drive our car. And so we had brought a car over from Hawaii and we wanted to drive it. So with a temporal visa, you can do that. You can drive a foreign plated car. Now, the way it works with that it actually, you can sign up for 4 years. You can get a temporary visa that will last for 4 years. And I have a video, and why don't you just check out that video? I'll leave a link down below, and it's going to give a full description of what that entails.
All the information, we just give you whatever we know. You know, we give you the best information, whatever is our experience. As somebody experience could be different.
Yeah, that's right. So the prices vary on the visas. So in our particular case, it was $1,600. I've listened to people that they have paid $1,400 and $1,500. So, and it all depends on where you get your application processed. I understand Las Vegas is much cheaper and Seattle is cheaper than, say, Los Angeles or New York. So you'll want to call your the Mexican consulate in your area and ask them, how much do you need to qualify? Also, again, check out our video and we'll explain all of that to you in more depth. And so that this information hopefully has helped you. And so maybe you want to move to Mexico, and maybe you want to see...
Oh, you just come visit. That'll be fine.
Yeah, come and visit, and that'll be fine too. You know, Mexico, it's not for everybody, is it, Lori?
Yeah, every country is not for everybody. If you come and check it out, you like it, and then you want to stay, that you can ask more information. But if you don't like it, just go back where you are. So we don't force you. We don't say, hey, you have to come here. No, we don't do that. So it's in your mind, in your thinking, you know. And ourselves, we like it here, so we stay. You know, it's yourself, you may doesn't like it.
Yeah, so Mexico's not for everybody. It's a different culture, it's a different country. Come to the area, come, say, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and maybe come a few times. The best thing, because things are much more popular here in Mexico, is use an Airbnb and get settled in. Then that'll be the easiest, simplest way to come in, rather than coming down and thinking that you're going to be able to get a hotel or accommodations for a short time. It's going to be quite difficult because things are much more popular now here in Mexico. Airbnb, come and check out an area first. Okay, now the other thing that we're going to do in our next video, to give you more information on do you want to live in Mexico and what it takes, we're going to talk about medical care. What are some of the pros and cons on the medical care down here in Mexico? We're also going to talk about what does it cost you for an office visit. We're going to compare cost of surgeries here in Mexico and some other countries. We're also going to give you information on the doctors, the qualifications that they need to have to become doctors here. And also we're going to discuss, if you visit a specialist, what their fees cost versus if you visit a family practitioner, medical doctor. So stay tuned for that upcoming video. So, hey, how about a subscribe, a thumbs up, and a like? Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. See you in the next video.
Okay, check below. We've got stuff posted down there.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, I want to introduce you to some YouTube followers here. This is
Jennifer Breland.
Jason Breland.
And where are you from?
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Lafayette, Louisiana. Okay. And how did you find us?
We were looking for information about Ahihi and traveling, and we found Jerry Brown Travels.
Okay. So you saw us on YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. And would you recommend us to some of the other viewers?
Absolutely. It's really a fun thing to be able to watch and learn about a town that you have no idea about, and you give such thorough information.
Well, thank you, thank you. So you would recommend they subscribe also?
Absolutely. You should subscribe to Jerry Brown Travels.
Do it today.
Everybody, subscribe. Subscribe now.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Good.